welcome to a brand new episode of the Fit Women's Weekly podcast. How's things going? How's life, y'all? It is cold here. We got hit by a cold front, and I am sipping on my cinnamon tea to help warm me up. So if you guys are watching this on video and you see steam coming up, that's what it is. Harry & Sons is the brand. They make the best cinnamon tea. I will actually link it up down below. This is something that Dan and I get every single year when it first starts to get cold. It is just the best sipping tea throughout the day or at nighttime when you're looking for a little bit of a dessert tea. I can't recommend it enough. It's the best. We used to have to get it at Starbucks or we would order from their actual website. And now my local grocery store, which is Harris Teeter, sells it. Again, I think the brand is Harry & Sons. It's a metal container that it comes in. It is our favorite. But that's besides the point. That's not what we're talking about. What we are talking about is starting off a mindset series that is going to go until the end of the year. We're getting ready to face a new year. 2026 is upon us, which means a lot of us are starting to think about what are our goals, what has been holding us back, what it is that we want to accomplish, whether with fitness or life or relationships. And mindset and motivation is really an important part of what I talk about in Fit Women's Weekly Live, which is my online training studio. And it's something that I'm really passionate about. And it's something that I've wanted to bring a little bit more to the podcast and to my social media. And so to help with that transition a little bit, kind of stepping away, not so much from exercise, but just incorporating the mindset into things a little bit more, I figured now is the perfect time. So I'm going to be doing a series from now until the end of the year, helping us get into the right frame of mind so that we can start the year off as strong as possible. And I'm really a true believer that it doesn't matter how great your workouts are. If you are not in the mindset to think that you're truly capable of what it is that you want to accomplish, then you're not going to accomplish what it is that you want, right? So in today's episode, we're going to talk about the idea of getting started. I'm going to give you guys the mindset tools to get over being embarrassed or having imposter syndrome. And then as the series progresses, we're going to talk about how to, once you are started, how to stay motivated, what happens when that motivation starts to wane, and how to create healthy habits as a lifestyle versus more of just like a short-term goal, or to just be okay facing the barriers that will undoubtedly happen throughout your journey. And a lot of these things you can take, again, no matter whether it is fitness, nutrition, relationship, work, finances. So hopefully something in this episode resonates with you and where it is that you want to go in your life. Does that sound good? I recently put up a question asking people, what is it with your mindset that holds you back? What are the topics that you would love for me to cover? And one that actually came up multiple times was embarrassment or guilt for being out of shape or not where you expect to be, or feeling as if you walked into a new gym or signed up with a personal trainer that you would be judged and kind of be looked upon like, why do you think you deserve to be here, right? So that's what we're going to answer today. With that being said, before we kick things off, this episode is brought to you by Fit Women's Weekly. Fit Women's Weekly is my own personal training brand, helping to get women to build the strength, build the life that they want to be their healthiest, fittest self, to live a life of fitness. That is a term I haven't used in a long time, but with this mindset journey, I think that's a really important reminder to people. It doesn't matter how often you go to the gym or how many push-ups you can do. If you're not using the fitness that you're spending so much time building, what are you doing? Get out, move your body, experience the world. And for that, living your fitness looks different for everybody. So maybe that's going and doing a road race. And maybe you've had on your bucket list that you want to do a half marathon. Let's make this coming year the year to do it. Get out there, build the fitness for it, and then go chase these big dreams. Go hike mountains. For me, living my fitness is just that. I love being outside. I love going and experiencing new cities with my runs or with hikes with my husband or just playing with my nieces. When they were over here last weekend, we went outside and just ran around. And for a 41-year-old to be able to do that, that feels good. That is living the fitness that I work so hard for. And I will never forget, about a year ago, I was hanging out with my oldest niece. She's 14 now, but at the time she was probably 13. And she just happened to say, just nonchalantly, you know what, Kiki, that's what my nieces call me. What I love most about you is that you actually do things with us. When they're over at our house, we're not just like, hey, here's a TV, watch something. We actually try to make memories with them and play with them, no matter how old they are. So we went bowling with them, and I never want to have to say, sorry, Kiki can't do that, right? So that to me is living my fitness, and I hope you're out there living yours. And if you are having trouble living your fitness because you're not building your fitness, then Ignite 30 might be exactly what you need to ignite the change and to ignite a really good fitness habit in your life. So you can find out more about my 30-day program down in the show notes. It is only $1 to get started. However, that offer is going to go away soon, where it will just be here. It is $67 by right now today. But for now, you can sign up for $1 for your first week. If you decide to keep Ignite, it is a one-time payment of $67 altogether, and then you get to keep the program for life. You can start your 30 days when you're ready to start it, so it's not as if you start today and then the 30 days automatically start. So you could always start it today and say, I want this to help get me through December, right? And you can start it on December 1st. You can initiate your plan when you are ready to go. And then you can do your plan over and over as many times as you want. And the best thing about Ignite that I have seen is that it actually comes with 2 training plans. It has a beginner plan and an advanced plan. So a lot of people go through the beginner plan first for the first 30 days, get through it, then let themselves have kind of a deload week, recover, and then they'll start the advanced week to up the intensity a little bit more, have a little bit longer workouts. And so technically you have 2 months worth of training plans in one. And yes, you can repeat the training plan as often as you want because you own Ignite 30 for life once you purchase it. Okay, so anyways, now that that part's out, how do you actually get started and get beyond the embarrassment of how you think people are going to perceive you, or the embarrassment that you feel for yourself because maybe you've let yourself quote unquote go, right? My first tip is to realize that you are not as important as you think you are. I have said this before and I will continue to say it, and I know it sounds harsh, but it's actually a really good thing. We have this tendency to believe that the world revolves around us. It's just natural that when we walk into a new space, all eyes are on us and people are going to judge you for better or worse. And so when you are first starting to fight those mental battles of thinking, people are going to look at me of, oh, she's so out of shape. She's the heavy one at the studio. Again, these are inside thoughts of our own head, right? The truth is, nobody cares about you when you walk into a gym or into a new fitness studio if you're going to start working out with a group of people, or if you start talking to a personal trainer. Never once has someone approached me to be their trainer and I've had these negative thoughts upon them of, who do they think they are that they want to work out with me? They got to get in shape before they ever start talking with me. No, people, one, are consumed with their own journey, right? Because they're also having these same thoughts. And 2, if anything, 90% of people, because I'm not going to say everybody, because there are some Karens in the world and Karens that are kind out there. I know lots of you, sorry to say that. I'll say douchebags. How about that? There are a lot of douchebags out there who do judge, but there are far more people that see others working to improve themselves and are there to support, to give high fives. And in their heads, they're probably thinking, when somebody that they can tell is out of shape, they probably say, man, good for them. I hope they continue the journey. I think if anything, people just wonder, oh, is this just January rush? How long are they going to stay? But all in all, there's never a negative thing. So just remind yourself, you're not as important as you think you are. People are worried about their own selves and they're having their same exact thoughts about themselves and they're not paying you any attention. So get over that. The second tip that I want to stress here when you are first getting started is that everybody has their own journey. Every single person that you see around you had their day one. And that's kind of refreshing, right? Now, everyone's day one was different. It was at a different time in each person's life. People's starting points were a little bit different. But regardless of that, everybody had their first time talking to a trainer, their first time walking into a specific gym, their first time starting a specific program with a different type of group. Everybody was a newbie at once and had those same feelings that you had. And so those are natural feelings to have. But again, be like, okay, I can relate to people. I'm having my first experience today, but they also did. It's humanizing it, right? You are no different from them. They are no different from you. And so take that big, deep breath and go, okay, they went through it. I can do this too. And then the third tip is realize that it's okay to be afraid, but you have to face that fear and do it anyways. As someone who has suffered from anxiety my entire life, the best gift that I have given to myself is acknowledging the fact of I'm okay with the fear. I acknowledge it, and then I tell myself, get over it and do it anyways. Because 99.9% of the time, the fear that we work up in our head is far worse than what actually happens. We work on this of it's going to be time consuming, it's going to be hard. And so we push things down the road. And if anything, I get really mad at myself when I finally do whatever it was that I've been wanting to do and it wasn't so bad. And I go, oh my God, I could have started this a month ago. And so now in my older years, I literally will tell myself that. If there's a phone call that I need to make, if there's some sort of experience that I want to do or a class that I want to try, I will tell myself, all right, past Kindle knows that this is going to be better than what I have worked up in my head. So just get it over with so that you can feel that pride and feel good about yourself and then continue moving forward with consistency. So just tell yourself, future me will be so happy that you got started with this as soon as you can. And she'll be disappointed when you push it down the road farther and then come to realize it wasn't as bad of an issue as you thought that it was going to be. It is a big step forward. It is a good step forward. And then the final thing that I want to say, kind of harping on the same idea with fear, of facing your fear and doing it anyway, is this is the big takeaway. So I'm going to set this up for a second because I'm really proud of this mantra that I came up with. I could not sleep the other night, y'all. It was one of those nights where it was a long day. I was tired, but as soon as the lights went out, my eyes went bug, which clearly y'all know I have big eyes, so they can get pretty bug-eyed. And 10 minutes goes by, 20 minutes rolls by, 30 minutes rolls by. Dan starts to kind of snore because he's a back sleeper. And I start thinking about this question, the question that I saw a couple of times pop up of how do I get over the embarrassment of getting started? And so then I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about it and I was thinking of all these tips that I wanted to share with you and started thinking about facing the fear and doing it anyways and how that's something I'm really proud of that I have been able to accomplish over the past several years, right? If I didn't face my fear and do it anyway, I wouldn't be here on a podcast. I wouldn't have Fit Women's Weekly and Fit Women's Weekly Live, and I wouldn't surround myself with the people that I do because the people that are in my life are people that I've gone out to search for. And then it hit me. It is okay to be afraid. Having fear is a natural emotion to have, especially for anxious people, right? Or anytime that you're starting something new or thinking about trying something new. But what is not okay is letting that fear stop you from becoming the person that you deserve to be. It is not okay to let that fear stop you from accomplishing your goals, because what that does is only makes the guilt more. It makes the embarrassment more. It makes us less proud of ourselves because we are literally letting ourselves be cowardly, right? You are not a coward. You are a strong woman who has set big goals for yourself. And every day that you wake up, you should strive to be a better person in some way, shape, or form. Now, does that mean you need to strive to move mountains every single day? No, absolutely not. It can be small or big goals that you have. But when it comes to changing your body and changing your life, those are big steps to take. But if you take them in little steps, it's not so bad. And just remind yourself the fear that you have should not stop you from becoming the woman that you deserve to be. I've been telling myself that every single day since it kind of hit me. And I don't know if I can take full credit. Maybe I'd heard something like that along the journey of my personal development. I don't know. I read a lot of self-help and business books, but I just know that as I was thinking about facing the fear and doing it anyway, that just hit me, that it's okay to be afraid. But that doesn't mean that you can't take action, and you cannot let that fear suffocate you and stop you from being the person and the woman that you deserve to be and the woman that you want to be. So there you go. Now, the last thing that I'm going to end on is once you say, heck yes, Kindle, you're right, I'm going to take action. What does that truly mean? that means starting to make actual goals. We got to create the roadmap of what it is that you are going to do. So there's two types of goals that I want you to start focusing on. And this could be an entire podcast on its own, and maybe I will extend this into next week's podcast. So if you have questions about goal setting, let me know and we'll cover it in next week's episode. But for now, I just want to leave you with this tip: creating the two types of goals, because it's easy to say, what is it that you want to accomplish? But one, you need to come up with your outcome goal. This is your overall goal. What is it that you want within a certain smart time frame? I wouldn't say, what do you want to accomplish within the next 5 years? That can feel very heavy, very hard, right? Instead, I'd say, what do you want to accomplish in the first 3 months of next year? Is there a race that you want to train for? Is there a certain type of exercise that you want to be able to do? You've never been able to do a pull-up. Maybe you want to set a goal to be able to do your first pull-up. Maybe in 3 months, you want to lose anywhere from 5 to 15 pounds, depending on where you are. So big goal, and a SMART goal, right? From there, once you have your outcome goal, how are you going to accomplish it? That's where the second type of goal comes in, and those are your performance goals. These are the things that are very black and white. At the end of each week, did you accomplish your performance goals? Which, if you do, will help you get closer to your overall outcome goal. Right now, the outcome goal is just a dream. It can be anything, but if you don't have the steps laid out in order to actually hit it, it's never going to happen. So your performance goals are those steps. So a performance goal like lifting weights 3 days a week, doing cardio 2 to 3 days a week, hitting a certain amount of protein, drinking a certain amount of water. Now, I'm not saying you need to do all of those. I'm just naming examples. And then at the end of the week, you can say, hey, did I lift 3 times this week? Did I do my cardio? Did I take in my 125 grams of protein per day? Those are simple yes, no answers. And if you get a no, does it mean you're a failure? No, but it means that you can now look over and go, okay, well, where did I fall short? What can I do this coming week to make sure that I don't make the same mistakes again, so that when I ask myself on Saturday or Sunday, did I hit the goals, you're able to say yes, yes, yes. And then you repeat that week after week, and guess what? That is building consistency, and every week that you're successful with it, it is helping you get towards your outcome goal. However, at the same time, you're able to say, okay, I'm hitting these goals, but after a month, I'm not seeing the changes that I expect in order to help hit that outcome goal. So it's easy to be tweaked. So they're very, very specific. They're performative, right? They're yes or no. And then they are able to be changed if they're not working for you for that ultimate goal. But also make sure that you're giving yourself enough time. Doing 1 week of workouts isn't going to make you run a half marathon the following week. So make sure that you're able to track your progress in a systematic way that allows you to truly see if it's working for you or not. So there you go. Let me know if those are helpful. Remember, it's okay to be afraid. It's not okay for that fear to stop you from being the human that you deserve to be. Make sure that you go ahead. Your assignment for this week is to start thinking about the goals that you want to accomplish. What are your outcome goals? And then what are you going to do to track your progress? What are your performative goals going to be to help you get ultimately to that outcome goal? We'll talk a little bit more about this next week. But step number 1, if you're listening to this podcast, fitness is probably a passion of yours. Do you have a workout program laid out that is going to help you? If you are every week making up your workouts on the fly, or you're picking random workouts from YouTube or some other form of social media, then it's time to get an actual plan. And Ignite 30 can absolutely help get you started. It is to help ignite your fitness. You have me that is there to answer any questions that you have, to do live coaching calls with the group. You have a community of women behind you because you get access to a free training private Facebook group. You're also going to get the training program for life. Every single day is laid out with performance goals, meaning every day you open it up, you'll say, what are my goals for the day? You do it, because who doesn't love marking off goals? You accumulate points and streaks, and before you know it, you're getting stronger, you're getting fitter, you're getting leaner, you're building habits that you're going to be able to carry with you into life, essentially. So if that sounds good to you, go check it out, you guys. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. What are your personal performative and outcome goals? And if you have a mindset question that you would like me to talk a little bit more over the coming weeks, don't hesitate. You can either ask in comments on Spotify or YouTube. I love that I now have access to my Spotify comments. Make sure that you feel free that you can email me, Kindal at fitwomensweekly.com. You can also slide into my DMs. All of the links are down in the show notes, so you can easily get in touch with me. All right, guys, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on this series, and I'll be back next week.